All right, what's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Evan Aldo here. In this video, I'm going to talk to you guys about why I think the ETH is pushing, trying, to get to 4K. Probably going to get hopefully above 4K this week. And I think if you can hold 4K, you should be well on your way to potentially a new all-time high or rejection from the old all-time high by mid-August. Things could happen quickly. We're in that kind of bull run area. We do have the FOMC meeting coming up in a few days. We'll see what Powell says. It obviously doesn't look like a cut. If he does cut, though, if Trump, if anybody could convince anyone to do anything, it's Trump, I guess. And if Trump got him to do that, the markets will go nuts, especially altcoin season. That may mark the start of it. But I kind of don't think that's going to happen. The betting odds are highly against that. So we'll see what happens. But ultimately, market looks really good. A lot of these trades have been doing really well, just rinsing and repeating all the way up on ETH. That kind of way. Add to the trade, take profits, stop loss, entry point, rinse and repeat. So, keep going on that. And funding fee is still not bad at all. That's the funding fee for ETH right there. So not bad. So I think we got at least, week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks. That's kind of at least until mid-August, I think that this rally can continue, and then you'll get pretty significant pullback there. So, we'll see what happens from then on, and let's get right into it. If you guys are interested in making some of these trades, check out, I got some really good bonuses for you. 20% off your fees for life, 20% cash back on BloFin, and trading. If you do a certain amount of trading, you get a bonus. You can, an amount you can withdraw, I believe, and then 25% off your fees for life on Bitunix. Only my link, not too many people are able to get you that. I may be the only one that's been able to get you that. So check it out if you're interested. And then BitFi 20% off. Deposit bonuses are really good. So pick your poison. If you want a good deposit bonus, BitFi, trading bonus, BloFin, most percentage off your fees. Bitunix trying to give you the best options. So let's get into the analysis without further ado. So, and you look at Bitcoin. We want it to go sideways. I don't really care too much. It's more of ETH and altcoins at this point, but it's bouncing around, and I think it will generally kind of stay in some of these ranges. You might be able to get up to mid-August, August 11th, 130K, and that would equate to probably Ethereum continuing to outperform or making kind of a new local high on ETH versus Bitcoin. All the pain erased back from November 20th, which is really good here, and ETH towards new all-time highs. You should be able to get back to that point and erase all the pain from, still November. Well, hopefully, October, that area. I mean, it did bleed a lot against Bitcoin, but obviously it looks really good on ETH, Bitcoin on that evaluation. That just looks perfect right there. So, I think you could at least get up to 0.049, this area into the end of the year, hopefully. I think you got more to go here. This looks great. And then Ethereum, the biggest thing, it's ETH season right now. VWAP's coming up. 4,100 may give you a little bit of trouble. If you can hold the general 4K area, I think you're well on your way to potentially a new all-time high. Like I mentioned, money flow is good here. You haven't even, on the 3-day, you haven't even gone into the green yet. So you have a lot of potential into the end of the year here, definitely. And then 6-day as well, you're coming into the green. So this could keep going for, quite a bit of time, in my opinion. Hopefully that 7,300, it's not going to be one until May of 26, I don't think, but it could even be October, because that's the thing that I talked to you guys so much about. If you look at previous 4-year cycles, and it's an important thing to look at. Let's make sure I could get the right chart here. I think it was on this chart. No, it was not. It was on the Bitstamp chart. Yes, it was on this chart. Look at these bars. 180 from bear market low to high. 177. 175, slightly less, would be around October. So a lot of roads really point to October being the top. I'm not saying it's going to be a top, but I would strongly suggest, not financial advice, but I would strongly personally start to scale out in October. That's kind of been my plan. That's my plan right now. ETH versus others. This is showing you it's ETH season. This peaked out in August of 21, so you may be just a few weeks or even a few days away from this peaking out, and then that kind of starts alt season from those August to January, so it could be something of that nature, or at least into from August to October, something like that, I would guess. So it looks pretty good right there. And just a few other coins. I think Solana will keep bleeding against ETH at least for 2 to 3 more weeks, but I think you can still eventually jump up to 240 here, maybe by mid-August, back up to 270 or something. It can move quickly. It looks pretty good, breaking upwards. So I think everything, looks like it can keep going. I love the 3-week here. Just major buy signals across the board right now. SWE, I think you're eventually going to get up to like these $6 marks or whatever. That looks pretty good. Most of the coins, it's one that's popular. A lot of people ask me to look at Sweet. Double bottom on Chainlink. I think hopefully next 2 or 3 weeks, $30, maybe even more. So lock it up in here. TRX next 2 or 3 weeks, maybe a new all-time high. Maybe we'll see. Hopefully, at least high 30s or something. And then eventually 55 all the way up to 88 by end of year. So a lot of big targets for these. XRP, weird chart, but I think you will eventually break upward higher. This could have been in your high for a month or two now. Maybe you'll consolidate a bit here and then eventually break up to 450, and then after hopefully $6 into October or farther. Technical target on AVAX, hopefully getting back up to 45 relatively soon. That's what I would be really excited about. ApeCoin, a few of these that I've been kind of watching, is more of the riskier meme plays. Hopefully back up to $1 relatively soon. So a lot in this market really happening right now. And if you look at just for alts in general, others versus Bitcoin, this is, kind of showing rare strength that we haven't seen in a long, long time. Monthly green dot, that confirms in 4 days now. So hopefully a good chance that would mark the bottom. We just really want to hold this area, this line right there. And I think we should be able to. And, you get back up to these points, back up to those points, all the pain erased from 2023. But we need a big rally to kind of give, to really make people satisfied with altcoins. Will we get that by October? I don't know. I think a lot depends on what the Fed does and, how much pressure Trump can put on the Fed and, all those type of things. So it's kind of up in the air right now. Now, if we look at just yields, like the 10-year, for example, just to, kind of see what could potentially happen right here. It'll eventually come down, but it's just like, how long is it going to consolidate for? That's a good question. Now, 2 week, 3 week, just going back and forth, not really giving us too much. So still indicative of more of a sideways situation, and then maybe into end of year, back down to these points, maybe even lower. I hate to say it, but we're just kind of in that time period in history where rates just generally stay higher, unfortunately, if you know what I mean. So, that's just kind of how it is, just in that time in history, similar to if you, really zoom out here, similar to kind of not the 40s, didn't realize it went back, that kind of far. Oh, what was I think it was here, kind of like this, kind of just sideways, going down and around, then, potentially, come down farther. So, yeah, anyway, guys, that's all the updates I pretty much have right now. If you guys are interested in trading, a lot of really good opportunities, and check out the Discord. Remember, if you deposit at least $100 in any of these exchanges and open a support ticket with your UID or your email that you signed up with in the Discord, I'll give you 1 free month in all the Empire VIP Discord. A lot of good opportunities here. A lot of good trade subs we give. We got me in the Discord, Nightshade, and KMac as well. So check it out. See you guys soon. Smash the like button if you enjoyed the update. Goodbye.